Stop scrolling right now. Yes, I am speaking directly to you. Do not look away from this screen. This is a lifeline sent to your room because a divine emergency has been declared over your life tonight. You think you are just passing time, but my sovereign hand brought you here. This moment was written in heaven before the foundations of the world were laid. My beloved child, listen to me now. I am breaking the silence because your pain has reached my ears. You are carrying a heavy burden in secret, and tonight, I am stepping into your reality to dissolve the weapon that the enemy has forged against your physical body. You have been waiting for a sign, and this is it. Do not reject these words. They were written only for you. You must not delay this message because it cannot wait until tomorrow. The strange things happening to your body's skin are not accidental, and the enemy wants you to believe it is just a normal physical issue so that you will remain blind to the spiritual battle. You have been looking at your reflection with fear. You notice the sudden changes. The irritation is growing. The weariness is deeply rooted in your cells. And every single morning when you look in the mirror, you feel a deep sense of unsteadiness that steals your joy before the day even begins. You try to hide it. You wear a smile for the world. You carry your heavy responsibilities without complaint. But I see the small cracks in your soul. I see the anxiety that has no clear source. And I have counted every single tear you wiped away in secret when you thought nobody was watching your silent struggle. You are not invisible to me. I am your Father. You are a living temple of the Most High. Your physical body is my chosen container. And because you carry my royal blood in your spiritual veins, the enemy is terrified of the glorious season that is about to open up for your entire family bloodline. That is why he attacked your skin. He wants to pollute your light. He wants you to feel ashamed. He wants you to hide away in isolation because he knows your presence carries a heavy weight of heavenly authority. But tonight, his dominion over your health is coming to an absolute end. I am issuing a holy decree to dismantle his hidden trap. This is a prophetic appointment. Your finger did not move to this video by chance. I have perfectly synchronized this encounter to deliver your ultimate rescue before the enemy can launch his next strike. If you turn your heart aside now and scroll away, you will leave your vessel completely unguarded. You have asked me why this is happening. You have prayed for relief in the dark hours, and while you were crying out for a way out, heaven was preparing an answer that will shake the very ground you stand on. The delay is officially over. Your physical body is undergoing a radical reconstruction right now. Listen with your whole heart. Give me your full attention for these few moments. The boundary between your sickness and your complete restoration is about to collapse. I have positioned this message to unlock a truth that will guard your lineage from the arrows that fly in the darkness. You must hear this. There are attacks that make no sound. They do not shake the earth. They creep in quietly through stress and worry. And they slowly erode your vibrant life until your spiritual breath grows faint without you even realizing it. You call it exhaustion, but it is a systematic assault on my temple. I am here to pull you out of that deadly trance. I command the heavy atmosphere over your house to lift. The enemy wants you to focus on the physical symptoms because he is trying to distract you from the financial breakthrough that is coming next. He wants you to spend your energy on worry. But I am shifting your feet from sand to rock. I am breaking the chains of silent endurance. And tonight, I am giving you the precise blueprint to reclaim the health and the peace that were stolen from your path. You are not a helpless victim of a cruel world. You are a royal child. Remember who you are. Remember whose blood runs through your veins. You were chosen out of your entire family to be the unique chain breaker. And the very things that are causing you pain today will become the glorious testimony that will silence the accuser forever. You must stand tall in my name. If your spirit recognizes my voice, do not scroll away. Stay with me for just a few moments, for what follows is tailored for you. The gate of opportunity is open right now, and the words I speak will act as a supernatural shield over your flesh. Let us begin the work of total restoration tonight. I know the heavy silence of the night. I see you waking up at 3 a.m. with a troubled heart. You stare at the dark ceiling in complete isolation. The world is sleeping peacefully around your house while you are lying awake with a sudden wave of panic that tightens your entire chest. You feel completely alone, in those quiet hours. Your mind races with endless thoughts about your future. You try to take a deep breath, but the air feels heavy inside your room. Your lungs are fighting against an invisible pressure. You press your hand against your beating heart because you want to stop the shaking that starts deep within your physical body. This is not just regular physical tiredness, and every time you attempt to rest your eyes, the terrifying thoughts return to flood your weary mind. You are experiencing a deep exhaustion at the biological level. Now let us speak about your body skin. You have noticed the sudden changes on your flesh. The breakouts appear without any clear medical reason. You look at the mirrors under the dim light of your bathroom and you feel a sharp pang of sorrow because your skin is reflecting the war inside your soul. The dryness represents the lack of spiritual refreshment. The painful irritations are signs of a hidden enemy attack. Your skin is crying out for divine intervention tonight. You wash your face with cold water. You examine the marks left on your body. You ask yourself why your health is failing so quickly. You remember how vibrant your skin used to look in the past, but now you only see a tired stranger who looks back at you with empty eyes. The changes happened almost overnight. And while you try your best to remain positive during the day, you feel a deep sense of shame when you look closer at your reflection. You cover your body to hide the blemishes from others. I want you to understand the truth behind this battle. Your body is my sacred living temple. It is the unique container of my heavenly presence. The enemy hates the light that shines through your life because he knows that your physical restoration will unlock massive blessings for your family lineage. So he targets the outermost layer of your body. He wants to break your confidence through physical flaws. He uses your skin to manufacture a spirit of isolation. Let us go back to that midnight hour. You sit on the edge of your bed. The clock shows 4 a.m. You think about the bills you have to pay tomorrow while you hold your aching head in the darkness of your silent room. The pressure in your chest becomes almost unbearable. You feel like you are drowning in a sea of worry. You wonder if anyone truly understands your private suffering. I am watching you from my heavenly throne. I was right there beside your bed. I counted the heavy sighs you swallowed down. I saw the exact moment when your spirit wanted to give up because the physical exhaustion was draining the last drop of your strength. You do not need to hide your weakness from me, but you must understand that my love for you is unconditional even when you feel completely broken and unworthy of my grace. I see the true beauty behind the damaged skin. The weariness has penetrated your bones. You drag your feet across the floor every morning. Your muscles ache with a mysterious heavy weight. You try to eat healthy foods, and you take various vitamins, but nothing seems to repair the constant draining of your biological energy. This is because your physical vessel is leaking fuel. The evil spirit of infirmity is trying to deplete you. It wants to destroy your temple from the inside out. Look closely at the pattern of your skin issues. The inflammation rises when your stress peaks. The rashes burning on your flesh are not random. They are the physical manifestation of the intense spiritual warfare because your body is reacting to the negative atmosphere surrounding your current environment. You have been absorbing the poison of toxic people. You have carried the heavy burdens of ungrateful individuals. Your skin is absorbing the impact of their bitterness. That tight feeling in your chest is a warning. It tells you that your container is completely full. You cannot carry any more worldly anxiety. You have reached the absolute limit of human endurance, and if you continue to walk down this path without my help, your health will crumble entirely. I am commanding you to drop the heavy cargo, and I want you to surrender every single family problem into my hands because I am fully capable of handling your difficult situation. Let me breathe new life into your suffocation. Do not despair over your broken skin. Do not fear the midnight panic attacks. These symptoms are showing that a shift is necessary. I allowed your physical foundation to shake so that you would finally stop relying on your own human strength and turn back to my eternal power. Your current crisis is a setup for a miracle. The cells of your body will hear my voice. I am preparing a deep cleansing for your flesh. The fourth watch of the night is changing. The darkness will no longer terrify your soul. I am standing guard over your sleeping body. You are about to discover the hidden reason behind this sudden cellular attack because heaven is preparing to unveil the majestic blueprint for your total physical recovery. Your skin will radiate with my holy glory. Your chest will expand with clean celestial air. Listen closely as I reveal the root of this pain. You put on a brave face every morning when you leave your house. You apply your makeup or you adjust your clothes to hide the true state of your soul. You tell everyone that you are completely fine, but inside your heart, you are quietly suffocating under the heavy pressure of your daily obligations. You have become an expert at pretending because you do not want to be a burden to the people who depend on your strength. This survival mask has kept you safe for many years. You wear it like a shield against the judgments of a cold world. You perform your duties perfectly at work, and you care for your family without asking for anything in return. But the price of this constant performance is written all over your body skin tonight. Your flesh is absorbing the poison of your unspoken exhaustion. Stop calling your emotional numbness peace. I do not want you to call silent endurance maturity anymore. You have convinced yourself that carrying a bruised and wounded heart is simply your fate in this life. But I am here to tear down that exhausting illusion. You are a royal princess in exile, or a chosen warrior who has forgotten the true value of your original identity. Let us look beneath the surface of your smile. There is a deep wound inside your spirit that has never been properly healed. You were betrayed by the very people you trusted with your deepest secrets. You gave them your absolute loyalty, and you sacrificed your own peace to lift them up from their struggles. But they turned around and they stabbed you in the back without a single thought. That emotional betrayal created a massive shockwave inside your spiritual environment. It left a painful scar that you tried to bury deep inside your memory. You thought you could just move on by staying busy, but your physical body remembered the trauma even when your mind tried to ignore the pain. The biological decline of your cell structure began at the exact moment of that betrayal. Your skin is the mirror of your broken trust. The burning sensations and the sudden irritations are the physical expressions of the resentment you swallowed down to keep the peace. You allowed toxic individuals to dump their negative emotions into your clean vessel. And because you did not set healthy boundaries, your body is now rejecting the toxic overload through your skin barrier. You have spent years bleeding in secret while you healed the wounds of others. They came to you for comfort and they drank from your reservoir until you were completely empty. But when you needed a helping hand, they disappeared into the shadows and they left you to fight your battles alone. You felt abandoned by humanity. You began to wonder if anyone would ever protect your heart. I saw you weeping in the shower where your tears could mix with the warm water. I heard your silent screams of frustration when you were driving your car alone on the highway. You have carried the weight of an entire household on your hunched shoulders. And you have refused to show any sign of weakness because you believed that your survival depended entirely on your self-sufficiency. But your self-sufficiency has become your prison. It has isolated you from my divine grace. You have become a precious jewel covered in temporary dust because you are trying to fix a spiritual problem with your limited human logic. Your body skin cannot heal until you remove the heavy coat of false maturity. You must take off the mask before my altar tonight. I do not require a perfect performance from my children. I am not impressed by your ability to tolerate abuse in silence. I want your raw and messy truth because that is the only place where my healing power can operate. Your skin irritation is a holy interruption. It is my way of forcing you to slow down before your entire biological system collapses under the weight of their expectations. Every cell in your living temple is reacting to the spiritual warfare surrounding your lineage. The enemy saw that you were approaching a major turning point in your finances and your destiny. So he used the tool of betrayal to create a deep emotional infection inside your soul. He wanted that root of bitterness to rot your physical health so that you would miss your harvest. But his malicious strategy is failing tonight. I am exposing the hidden connection between your heartbreak and your damaged skin. I am pulling back the layers of your survival mask to show you the beautiful warrior hidden underneath the scars. You do not have to fight for validation at secular tables anymore. You are already validated by the King of Kings. Let the heavy walls of ice around your heart melt away right now. Let the tears of release flow without shame or hesitation. You have been strong for too long, and your body skin is tired of carrying the stress of your deceptive peace. Breathe out the heavy poison of their betrayal. Breathe in the clean air of my unconditional acceptance because you are my treasured possession. Your physical healing is directly tied to your spiritual liberation. You cannot fix the surface of your flesh while the roots of your soul are still tangled in the pain of the past. As we step into the next part of this encounter, I am going to reveal how this current stagnation is actually my strategic protection. Your mask is coming off, and your true royal destiny is about to emerge. You may think this current loss is your destruction. You believe that your physical suffering is a punishment from heaven, but my sovereign wisdom calls it a strategic opening. Every closed door in your path was turned by my own protective hand because I needed to isolate you from the people who were secretly poisoning your destiny. You look at the decay, but I see a holy quarantine. Your life is not a scattered chain of accidental events. It unfolds within a sacred order that you did not design. The delay you endure is not my denial. And the structural cracks appearing on your body skin are simply the areas where the old foundations must shake before the new structure rises. You are undergoing a hidden divine construction right now. Let us close the loop on your biological leakage. You have wondered why your energy drains so quickly, even when you rest. The enemy was using your broken heart as a legal gateway to steal your biological strength. But tonight, I am sealing those cracks with my holy fire because I cannot allow your kingdom resources to be wasted on the ground anymore. Your vessel is being fortified. What your natural eyes call a terrible stagnation is actually a sacred lock. I have hidden you in the dark chambers of refinement to protect you from the wolves. The modern world tells you that emptiness means failure. But in my presence, emptiness means that you are finally ready to be filled with an elite level of wealth that your lineage has never seen. You must trust my timing. You are not an accidental survivor of a hard life. You are a chosen container that is undergoing a high security process of expansion. Before I can release the multi-generational harvest into your hands, I must first prune the dead branches of your toxic relationships. The pain you feel is just the stretching of your spiritual capacity. The king is preparing his champion. I allowed the false shelters of your past to shatter. I removed the people you thought would stay forever. This was not done to leave you naked, and it was not done to cause you humiliation. I stripped away the temporary things so that you would be forced to anchor your soul onto my eternal rock. The stripping was your ultimate protection. You are being isolated for elevation. Let us open a new loop concerning your physical reality. The atmosphere is shifting. The signs are coming within 48 hours. These alerts will manifest inside your quiet house to prove my active presence. And you must pay absolute attention to these micro adjustments because if you miss them, you will slide back into anxiety. The first sign will appear in your sleep pattern. You will wake up at exactly 3 o'clock. Your hands will feel a sudden deep warmth. It is the physical activation of my healing virtue flowing into your cells while the rest of the world is completely silent. Your body skin will receive the initial wave of restoration during that watch. The second sign will manifest through an unexpected piece of communication. You will receive a message from a source you forgot long ago. This encounter will bring a small financial relief, and it will act as a physical token that the spiritual blockages around your inheritance are playing out and cracking open. I am forcing the earth to pay you back for the years of silent abuse. The third sign involves a physical sensation on your skin barrier. You will feel a sudden cool breeze brush against your neck. This is my presence. It is the absolute confirmation that your living temple has been officially sealed against the heavy arrows of earthly rejection. The old inflammation will begin to subside immediately. You must record these events. Stop looking at your broken reflection with a spirit of condemnation. I did not design your body to be a monument of shame. The visible scars are merely the legal evidence of the battles you have survived. and they will soon become the dynamic baseline for the supernatural beauty that I am unveiling before the very people who laughed at your secret misery. They will watch you triumph. Your current stagnation is a highly sophisticated operational pause. I am holding back the rain. Your vessel must be fully repaired by my grace. If I released the massive abundance today, it would simply escape through the unresolved wounds of your past betrayals. You would lose the harvest, so I have locked you in this quiet room to complete the work. Let us activate your micro-engagement right now. If your living temple is ready to receive this deep reframing, you must act physically. Like this sacred prophecy at this exact moment, not for an earthly algorithm, but as a physical sign that you open your living temple to receive my touch. This action locks your border. The enemy cannot steal this word. Now I must warn you about a dangerous trap. The enemy sees that your restoration is very close, and because he cannot stop my hand, he is trying to infect your mind with a deep spirit of slumber and compromise. He whispers that you should give up tonight. He wants you to believe that your body skin will never recover. But this delay is an illusion. You feel the heavy urge to walk away from my altar. You want to close your eyes and accept the pain as your permanent reality. But I am shaking your spirit to awaken you from this deadly trance. The adversary loves to strike right before the dawn breaks. He throws his heaviest distractions at your flesh because he knows his time is running out. Think about my servant Job. His physical flesh was attacked with painful sores from the soles of his feet to the top of his head. His body skin became a monument of misery, and his closest friends sat around him to judge his secret sins while his heart was breaking from the intense isolation. He lost his wealth. He lost his family. Job sat in the cold ashes and he scraped his damaged skin with a piece of broken pottery. He felt completely abandoned by the heavens. He questioned my silence during the dark watches of his agony. But he did not know that a cosmic court was watching his steadfastness. The enemy claimed that Job would curse my name if his health collapsed. But Job stood firm in the fire of affliction. He declared that his Redeemer lived even when his flesh was decaying. And because he maintained his spiritual integrity under the heaviest attack, I turned his captivity around. I did not just patch up his old life. I restored his body skin to the purity of a young child. I gave him a double portion. Your current suffering mirrors the refinement of Job. You are sitting in your own modern ashes while people whisper behind your back. They look at your physical struggle and they assume you are defeated. But they do not see the invisible shield that surrounds your living temple. I am using this affliction to prove that your faith cannot be bought. Let us look at my prophet Elijah. He won a mighty spiritual victory on Mount Carmel. But when the wicked queen threatened his life, he fell into a deep pit of biological exhaustion. He ran into the harsh wilderness until his legs could no longer carry his weight. He sat down under a solitary broom tree in complete despair. He wanted to die. Elijah cried out that it was enough. He told me to take his life because he felt no better than his ancestors. His physical cells were completely depleted of energy, and the stress of constant warfare had crushed his emotional stamina. He fell asleep under that tree because his temple was broken. He had nothing left to give to the world. But I did not send judgment to my weary prophet. I did not scold him for his temporary weakness. I sent a heavenly angel to touch his physical body. The angel brought baked bread and fresh water to restore his biological systems. I allowed him to rest until his vessel was fully repaired, and that supernatural food sustained his body for 40 days. You are standing under the same broom tree tonight. You have fought many spiritual battles for other people. You have poured out your love until your reservoir became completely empty. And now you are telling me that you cannot endure another day of this pain. I hear your exhaustion. I am not angry at your silent screams. I am sending my angel. Now let us close the loop on my holy silence. You believe that I left you alone when the betrayals shattered your peace. But my silence was actually a high-security protocol to blind the enemy. If I spoke aloud, the adversary would discover the secret strategy I was building inside your soul. I kept you hidden to keep you safe. I locked the doors because the people around you were unauthorized to see your transfiguration. They wanted to consume your light without respecting your royal identity. So I allowed the temporary emptiness to separate you from their parasitic demands. The silence was not a punishment, and it was never a sign that your father had abandoned your path. Your body skin is preparing for a royal manifestation. The physical inflammation was the friction of the spiritual transition. You are moving from the wilderness of Elijah to the double portion of Job. The cells of your flesh are receiving a celestial upgrade tonight. Do not let the sleep of compromise overtake your eyes before the victory is sealed. Listen closely to the rhythm of my voice. The enemy wants you to turn away from this sanctuary because he dreads the next section. He knows that when you hear the final decree, your authority will awaken. You will stand tall as a true chain breaker. Every cell in your flesh will align with the absolute purity of my original design. The hour of confrontation has arrived. I command your spirit to awake right now. The enemy has crossed the line, and tonight I am stepping into your situation to execute judgment against the host of hell. I hear the whisper of the deceiver who tries to keep you trapped in fear. But my voice is like thunder that shatters the chains of darkness. You will no longer tolerate the oppression. Rise up from the dust of intimidation immediately. I draw the sword of the Spirit against the demon of infirmity. I address the painful irritation burning on your body skin. You foul spirit of sickness, I command you to pack your bags and leave this temple. You have no legal right to defile this vessel, because it is bought with a heavy price. I blast your legal ground with my holy fire. Every cell in this flesh must align with my creative order now. Your body skin will no longer reflect the stress of worldly manipulation. I command the cellular inflammation to die down to the roots. I am injecting supernatural vitality into your bloodstreams. And every morning when you wake up, you will feel a vibrant rush of energy instead of the old heavy suffocation. Sickness must bow before the authority of my spoken decree tonight. The siege against your health is officially broken. Now I turn my anger toward the spirit of poverty. I see the invisible thieves that have been draining your financial storehouses for 3 years. You have worked until your bones are weary, but the money vanished like smoke. Tonight, I declare war against the legal devourer. I smash the iron gates of restriction that have kept your lineage begging for scraps. I command the wealth of the wicked to flow into your hands. You are an heir to a kingdom that cannot be shaken. Stop acting like a helpless orphan who has no protection. I am tearing up the blueprints of lack that the adversary drew for your future, and I am replacing them with a majestic outline of generational abundance. The ancestral drought in your family line ends right now because the windows of heaven are swinging wide open over your house. Receive your financial renewal. Hear my command, you spirit of delay. You have lulled my children into a deadly slumber with your lies. You told them to wait until tomorrow to claim their victory. But I say that today is the day of total deliverance. I break the heavy spell of procrastination that paralyzed your steps. I shatter the invisible cages that kept you spinning in circles. You will run forward into your destiny without any friction. The time of silent endurance is completely finished. I am exposing the hidden traps that the enemy placed in your path. He wanted to keep you occupied with your physical pain so that you would not notice the doors opening around your career. But I am granting you a sharp spiritual vision tonight. You will see the enemy traps before they snap shut. You will walk through the fire without smelling like smoke. I bind the strong man that has taken residence in your mind. I speak to the spirit of anxiety that tightens your chest at 3 a.m. I cast you out into the dry places. You will no longer torment my chosen warrior with terrifying thoughts of failure. I replace your panic with a profound spirit of calmness, and my peace will guard your heart while you sleep through the watch of the night. You are safe under my shadow. Every generational curse of early death and chronic disease is legally broken. Your ancestors carried the heavy chain of infirmity, but the bloodline is cleansed tonight. I write a new decree in the courts of heaven for your children. They will not inherit the skin conditions or the financial anxiety that plagued your past. They will inherit the crown of righteousness and the fatness of the earth. The curse terminates in your flesh. Can you feel the divine vibration shaking your room? The angels are moving to enforce this heavenly verdict. The adversary is fleeing in 7 different directions because he cannot stand against the fury of my love for you. He thought he could destroy my temple by defiling your skin barrier, but I am turning that battle into a beautiful exhibition of my restorative power. The world will wonder at your transformation. I command the wells of your creativity to spring up. The enemy tried to dry up your passion by keeping you in constant physical discomfort, but I am opening the celestial floodgates to saturate your weary mind. New ideas will spark inside your consciousness during the quiet hours, and these strategic blueprints will generate the resources needed to clear all your debts. You are moving from scarcity into a total overflow. Stand tall in your royal identity. Do not let the memory of past defeats dictate the terms of your future. You are an armed guardian of the covenant, and the words of this decree are acting as an absolute shield over your skin and your sanity. The dominion of darkness over your household is completely shattered. I have spoken, and my word will not return to me empty. Walk out of the cage right now. I command every broken connection in your body to be mended. The nervous system must calm down under my hand. The hormonal imbalances are corrected by my spoken word. I am sweeping away the toxins that were injected by the bitter words of your betrayers. Your flesh will become soft and clean like a refreshed spring. You will look at your reflection with a deep sense of gratitude because the king has won the battle. Let the noise of the world fade away completely right now. Breathe in the stillness of my presence. You have fought hard during the day, but this night belongs to your sanctuary. Close your eyes now. Let your ego melt away into the ocean of my deep love. And every single burden that made your shoulders tight during the busy hours is now dissolving under the gentle touch of my holy presence. You do not need to prove anything to anyone in this space. Just rest your weary head. Now listen to the words of this deep dedication prayer. I want you to internalize these words in the first person. Let your soul speak these sentences directly to my throne tonight. Heavenly Father, I come before your altar with an honest heart because I can no longer hide my secret wounds from your eyes. I am taking off the heavy mask of false strength right now. My flesh is completely exhausted. I cannot carry this heavy load by myself anymore. Lord, I confess that I have called emotional numbness peace. I have allowed silent endurance to break my physical body. I am tired of pretending, and I have spent too many years smiling for the world while my soul was secretly bleeding in the dark watches of the night. I am sorry for relying on my own human logic. I surrender the control of my life into your capable hands tonight. Take the heavy wheel from my grip. I present my physical body to you as a living temple. Wash my flesh and my body skin with your pure water. I command every cell in my biological structure to release the trauma. Cleanse my bloodstream from the toxic chemicals of constant stress because I want to experience your total health. Let your supernatural river of life flow through me. I open every closed door. My container is ready for your touch. I choose to forgive the people who stabbed me in the back. I release the deep resentment that has been burning silently underneath my skin barrier. The betrayal was incredibly painful. But I will no longer allow their poisonous words to rot my sanctuary because my life belongs to the King of Kings. I hand over the court case of my life to your supreme justice. You are my fierce protector. I rest in your safety. Lord, heal the deep cracks inside my broken vessel. I confess that I am completely empty of human answers. I pull down the walls of ice that I built around my emotions. Let your gentle love melt the cold defenses of my heart because I want to feel the warmth of your spirit again. I am tired of walking in isolation. Bring your fresh oil to my soul. I surrender my pride to your grace. I renounce the spirit of poverty and the fear of tomorrow. I reject the terrifying thoughts that keep me awake during the midnight watch. Sickness has no legal right to dwell in my temple. And I declare that my family bloodline is officially disconnected from the history of chronic disease because the curse terminates in my flesh tonight. My body skin is becoming clean and radiant. I receive your physical renewal. I stand firm in my royal identity. I commit to guard the borders of my sanctuary daily. I will no longer accept the toxic garbage from ungrateful people. I close my ears to the frantic noise of secular tables. While the world demands that I perform for their validation, I choose to anchor my soul onto the unshakable promise of your living word. My worth is not defined by the temporary emptiness of my hands. I am a royal child. I belong to the light. Thank you for choosing me to be the unique chain breaker. I embrace the refinement process even when the fire feels hot. The pain is temporary. I know that you are expanding my capacity to hold a double portion of your wealth because you are preparing me for an elite harvest. My physical cells are resting in perfect alignment. The exhaustion is leaving my bones. My soul is filled with peace. I declare that the heavy atmosphere over my house is swept clean. The evil spirits of infirmity and delay have lost their grip. I am stepping out of the dark prison of anxiety, and I am walking forward into the bright light of my royal destiny because you have legally broken every chain of my past. My physical container is perfectly sealed. I am safe under your sovereign wings. The battle is won. The old season of silent weeping is completely finished. I step out of the dark valley as a refined warrior. My hands are open to you. I am ready to receive the multi-generational harvest for my household because you have established a secure covenant for my bloodline. My soul is entirely quiet. My physical body is fully aligned. I rest in your complete restoration tonight. I have opened the path for your destiny today. Your free will must now remain awake to guard the blessings. The ultimate peace is currently resting inside your physical house. Do not continue to walk in the confusion of this secular world and call it fate. You must protect the boundary of your living temple from the silent thieves that wait outside your door. You are a royal child. You have received a heavy weight of heavenly restoration tonight. Your body, skin, and your cell structure are officially under my active protection. But you cannot leave this sacred altar unguarded before the sunrise. The adversary is watching your next movement very closely. He wants to steal the seed of health that I just placed inside your spiritual veins. You must seal the covenant physically. Press the subscribe button on your screen right now. Do not treat this action as a normal routine of the digital media world. It is a permanent mark in the courts of heaven that your lineage belongs to the kingdom of light. When you activate the notification bell, you are establishing a spiritual watchtower over your entire household. This simple action builds an absolute wall of defense against the arrows of delay. Your physical finger is signing a legal contract that exists in realms far beyond human sight. Satan loves to create distractions to pull your mind back into panic. But when you lock your membership within this sanctuary, you are claiming your royal position as an armed steward. You are telling the dark forces that they have no legal right to touch your body, skin, or your financial storehouses anymore. Now you must leave your physical evidence under this prophetic decree. Leave the numbers 777 in the comments area immediately. When those letters leave your fingers, they act as an unshakable seal of your active submission. The spiritual realm will record your acceptance of this turning point. You are shouting a loud victory into the face of your past defeat. The double portion of my servant Job is waiting for your final confirmation. The restoration of Elijah is manifesting inside your biological cells. Do not let the enemy convince you that this is just another ordinary video on the web. This encounter was a divine appointment arranged before the world began. You are the chosen chain breaker who will rescue your family from the cycle of chronic lack. Your body skin will continue to radiate with my holy glory. The painful inflammation is permanently replaced by my cool breeze of peace. And every single morning when you look at your reflection, you will remember the legal contract that we established tonight. Walk forward with your head held high. You do not need to wear the survival mask of exhaustion anymore because my grace has made you whole. The darkness has lost its power over your physical body. The midnight panic attacks will no longer visit your room because my presence is your permanent shelter. You have stood in the fire of affliction and your faith did not burn. And now the king is releasing the secret treasures that were hidden from your ancestors for 3 generations. Your household is moving into an elite season of abundance. Every time you hear the sound of this sanctuary, your spiritual alignment will deepen. You are building a daily habit of quietness before my throne. The modern world wants to distract your mind with its chaotic demands and endless worries. But you have chosen the better part by resting inside my shadow. Your physical energy will be completely restored as you sleep peacefully through the night watches. Remember that you carry my royal blood inside your spiritual veins. You are a precious jewel that has been cleaned from the temporary dust of human rejection. The very people who watched you weep in secret will now have to sit and witness the table of honor that I prepare for you. Your triumph will be a living testament of my sovereign power. Do not look back at the old graves. The contract is active in the supernatural atmosphere. Every cell in your flesh is vibrating with the frequency of perfect health. I have wiped away the marks of stress and betrayal from your body's skin. You are a brand new vessel prepared for a massive expansion of kingdom resources. Do not let the small doubts of tomorrow corrupt the beautiful sanctuary that we have constructed together tonight. I am locking your borders from this exact moment. The evil spirits of infirmity and poverty are cast out into the dry places forever. Your family line is officially secure under the seal of my eternal grace. Sleep with a deep sense of safety, because my host of angels is surrounding your house with drawn swords. The battle is finished, and your victory is written in stone. Go forward in my absolute power.